Right, so today I wanted to show you guys how to make a chicken waterer based on some PVC, some things that are called chicken nipples, which are kind of like the little gerbil waterers, and then some caps that I'll put on that'll connect the PVC tube to a water tank. And the water tank will be on all the time, and the water will flow through the tube, and through these, the chickens will be able to get their water whenever they need. So my other one broke because I forgot to turn the electricity on and it burst when it froze. So I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So first, let's go ahead and get some measurements set up, and we'll clamp this down onto my desk. And then we'll measure out, an even distance throughout, starting at the end. So we'll say this is the end cap part, and we'll come back roughly, let's say 6 inches. And then from there, this whole length is 4 feet, so we'll go every 12 inches, and we'll just do 3 on here. So measure 1, 2, 3, and now we've got 3 different spots that we'll put these little chicken nipples on every foot. So I'll show a couple ways to do this. In each case, we'll start with drilling a pilot hole, and then in one of the cases, I do have a tap set. So I matched up the threads to the tap, and for one of them or a couple of them, we'll do some threaded taps here. This is 3/8 inch, and then this is 3/8, and then I'm going to drill with 11 30-seconds, so just a little bit smaller, so that by the time you do the threads, you'll have room for the threads. So first we'll start with just punching through the first one here. Okay, so we got 1. 2, and I'm going to move this clamp down. And 3. All right. So first we'll do the one with the tap set. And again, this will just add some nice threads that makes it really easy to put in. You want to go slow. And then back it back out. We'll do the same over here. All right, so for these ones, these will go in real easy now. So just put them in and screw them in. And you can use your wrench just to really get it nice and snug. There's a rubber gasket underneath, so once you press it tight enough against the pipe, it'll help release or prevent the water from seeping out. Good enough. All right, so we've got these 2 down here that have, that I used the tap to make the holes on, so it goes in nice and easy. This one, if you recall, I just did the drill, I didn't tap it. So I wanted to show a different way you can do that in the event that you don't have a tap, which probably could be, most people. So it's not quite as easy, but it's something that will still work. So again, these guys are all threaded, and so you would think you should just be able to pop it in and twist and push it in, and all is good. But what I found is as you try and do that, it'll pop back out and you can never quite get the threading in. So what you can do is put this sucker inside your drill, And we'll go ahead and push down nice and tight and firm, and we'll slowly push it in, drill it in so that it'll create its own threads. And voila. So it's still pretty straightforward, but again, you're creating your own threads, and it's maybe not as great as if you wanted to do it with a tap. All right, so let's move on to the next phase. So we need to add some caps, and we need to add the coupler on the end so that we can connect it to the water tank. All right, so this will involve some PVC primer and some PVC cement. So none of these things you want to get on your hands, and so I'm going to grab some gloves and use those so that I don't get it on my skin. So this, guys, is the glue, and this is the primer. So I've got this piece of cardboard here just to kind of protect my workbench from getting the purple primer on it, but we'll start with that. As you'll see, this stuff dries pretty quick. So once you got the primer on, you go ahead and get your glue. And this is the stuff that's really important. You don't want to get on your hands. This will really kind of eat through your skin if you leave it on for too long. We'll just kind of put a little dab all around the rim. Ooh. We'll take the cap, which again, this is 1 inch, and just kind of slide it on, do a little twist. Maybe a nice little tap with the hammer. Wipe off the excess. You can tell I'm not a pro, but it works. All right, now we'll do the other side. So again, we'll start with the primer, and I'll show you this one. So this is a coupler where you've got the PVC that I'll insert here, and then I have a separate piece that is a kind of quick release piece that will connect in here. So this is just a female threaded PVC piece. So what we'll do is we'll put this guy on, and then the piece will screw into here, and this will connect to the water tank. Get the glue out, kind of scrape off some of the excess so it's not dripping all over. Just kind of just dab it up there. Sure, all you plumbing experts are laughing at me. That's all right. All right. So now we've got the piece. Let's go install it. All right. So here I figured I'd show the water tank. So it's just a big old tank, and then I've got this coupler that connects in here. I've got a ball valve to kind of control the flow for when I want it on and off, and this coupler here fit inside this piece here, and I'll just kind of screw it in, and then this piece connects to that. So that way, if the hose breaks again, I don't have to replace the whole setup again. So if you zoom in here, I can just show you real quick. So there's a nice O-ring right here, just it's rubber to make sure that water doesn't seep out there. And then once you have this piece like this, just put it on, screw it on, and again, this piece right here will be connected to the pipe that we just fixed up. So let's go ahead and get that started. So I'll put this off to the side, and we'll just kind of screw this guy in, and then I'll go in the coop and we'll feed it through and connect it up, and then I'll show you how to keep it warm so it doesn't freeze. So the way I have this set up is I've got this small little hole that I cut out so that I can feed this tube through, just like this. All right. And again, we'll take that coupler and we'll just kind of connect these guys together and we'll be good to go. So before I do that, I'll go ahead and wrap this around with some heat tape. So this is your standard heat tape that you can get to keep your roof from freezing up and having ice form. And I had this on before, I just forgot to plug it in. So just add this real quick. All right, so one thing that I found, just kind of through trial and error, is even though when this is on, the pipe may not freeze, these little spouts can get frozen. And so when I do this, I found that I try and keep it a little bit tight just around the spout itself, but not too tight throughout. It will indeed get too hot and melt, so you don't want it to be too tight. I've also found that having just an old pool noodle is kind of nice to keep the heat in. Otherwise it would still get too cold and freeze up. So we'll just go ahead and put this on for now. We can adjust this later. All right, let's go connect it. So let's go ahead and put this together. So I had to take this piece off and put the coupler on so it'll fit. Let me just tighten this up real quick, and then it should be ready to go. Adjust this just a little bit. You can see how I've got the height almost just right. So I just slide this over, and voila. Nice solid connection to the pipe, or I'm sorry, to the tank and the pipe. We should be good. So let's fill it up with water and see if it works.
Okay.
All right, so a moment of truth. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna turn my ball valve on, and we'll see if water starts dripping anywhere it's not supposed to. And then we'll check the chicken nipples and see if water is indeed flowing. And my chickens will have water again. Oh, there it is, look at that. So you can see when they peck at it, water flows out, and when they don't, water does not flow. So there you go.